Ms. Hawkins,
Present.
Ms. Cameron,
Present.
Ms. Rogers, President Gardner,
Present.
Dr. Lawrence,
Present.
Dr. Sherrill,
Present.
Ms. Nichols,
Present.
Ms. Gretton,
Present.
Ms. Payne,
Present.
Mr. Thomas,
Present.
Ms. Delgado.
Present. Okay, we're going to move for the approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All right.
Ms. Rogers, Ms. Cameron,
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins,
Aye.
Ms. Contreras, Mr. Livingston,
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, do we have any correspondence?
Yes. You start to talk loud. Okay, it's a thank you card. It says, "We never lose the ones we love forever, though they've gone within the hearts of those who care. Their memory lingers on, with love from the family of Lisa Ray Williams." That concludes correspondence.
Thank you. Are there any presentations? That's good. No presentations?
I can present when you want me to. It's up to you.
Okay.
No?
I don't even know what she's talking about, but
Okay. What we have before us is the tax levy information that is now prepared. And since we are also waiting for our attorney to get here, we can use this time. And Ms. Nichols, you can go ahead and do the presentation.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Nicole, can we pull up the click on? Yeah. And then that's for you. All right, good evening, everyone. Tonight, we are going to we're going to look at the tentative tax levy for 2024. Before we begin, I just want to give you all a little bit of background about the tax levy. The way schools are funded in Illinois is very unique compared to other states because we rely heavily on property taxes. So depending on where you live and the socioeconomic status of the community will determine how much property tax funds are used to fund schools versus the support that you receive from the state or from federal and state grants. When we look at our community in Harvey, majority of our funds, well, our largest source of revenue comes from state EBF funds. So while we do levy taxes, the property taxes are not used as a major revenue source in our school district, okay? But it's still a very important function that we have to do. It's still something very important that the board has to vote on every year. And the money that we do receive from local property taxes, those are actually our least restricted funds, meaning that the funds that we receive from state and federal grants, a lot of times they have restrictions on the use of how we can use those funds. So this reflects our current FY25 budget. And as you can see, approximately 59% of our funds come from EBF. So those are your state funds. In the past, they were like the state categorical funds. And what they did was took all of those funds together, dropped it in one pot in their EBF funds. 9% of our revenue come from state grants, 15% from federal grants, 7% other local sources. So those are like your CPPRT, those type of corporate property tax funds and so on. And then 10% in red comes from real estate taxes. And that's what we levy every year. So when we look at the tax levy, there is a law specifically in Cook County called PTEL, and some people refer to it as tax cap. What PTEL does is it limits how much you can levy. So we hear a lot, especially you all as school board members, you all raise our taxes and so on. you cannot raise taxes beyond the 5% cap. So you can try, but it doesn't mean you're going to receive. So when we talk about levies, the term levy is just a fancy word for a request, okay? And then you hear the term extension. Extension is what you actually receive. And we all know you can ask, but you may not what? You may not get, okay? So your levy is your ask, your extension is what you actually get. So what the law says is, whatever CPI is for the year, and CPI is the Consumer Price Index and is based on inflation, you can't exceed CPI or 5%, whichever is less, okay? So when we look at the history, remember how everything got really expensive over the last couple of years? So when inflation is high, CPI is high, okay? So in 2022 and 2023, we couldn't use CPI to do our levy because we were capped at that 5%. And so things are starting to change. The economy is actually improving slightly, and this year's CPI has finally dropped below the 5% threshold, so it's at 3.4%. So in a nutshell, when we levy, we're levying 3.4% over last year's extension. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, so if we were to levy over 5%, which we did last year, we are required to we're required to do a public notice. So we have to post a notice in the newspaper, on our website, and we have to hold what's called a truth in taxation hearing. And during that hearing, we have to give members from the community an opportunity to share their thoughts and their feelings on the tax levy, okay? The board cannot vote unless you have this truth in taxation hearing. However, if you levy less than the 5% cap, you don't have to have a hearing. So last year we had to have a hearing. This year we don't have to have a hearing because we're only levying 3.4%, okay? So this is our timeline. So tonight, what we're presenting is the tentative tax levy. The board is required to review it 20 days prior to voting on it. So we're just gonna vote tonight to put it on public display. So whoever want to view it, they will have an opportunity to view it. And then during the December meeting, we will officially take action and approve the levy. The levy has to be filed with the county clerk's office by December 31st. The next day after the board adopts, we'll be able to file it. This year we'll do something different and file it electronically. In the past, we used to have to drive downtown, drop the levy off, get a confirmation of receipt. We don't have to do that anymore because now the county is coming to the 21st century. And then annually, we're required to post it on the website, okay? So the way that the levy works when we start getting the money, it's aligned with our property taxes. So as you all know, there are two property tax collections. You have your spring collection, you have your fall collection. We just had our fall collection, and I'm going to talk about what happened with the taxes this year. So this levy that we're filing for 2024, the first payment will be made in March of 2025. So that will be a part of this year's budget. So when we look at the total levy amount, when I budget, I can only budget half for this year. And then the second collection will be in the fall in August, and that will be a part of the 2026 budget because it's after July 1. Okay. All right. So this is just kind of a graphic of what I just stated. So if you look at 2024, the first installment is paid in the spring. So that orange reflects the 25 budget. At the beginning of this year, we got a property tax payment, but that was not related to this levy. That was related to last year's levy. Okay. So when we get that second payment from this year's levy, that will apply to next year's budget.
This is a quick question. Was that the 5%? Is that why the taxes went up so high?
So we actually levied more than that, and I'm going to talk about what we did. Remember the request versus the extension, what we requested and what we actually received, okay? All right, so going back to your question, Ms. Hawkins, last year, what did we levy? So we levied a total amount of $6,090,000, okay? And so that's what we asked for. That was our levy request. But here, this is what we actually received. We received less than what we asked for because PTEL kicked in. So PTEL said when we initially did the levy, that 6 million reflected a 14% increase over the previous year. So we had to do a truth in taxation hearing, okay? So the second column where it says the loss factor, that's money, that's called like a recapture levy where we get money back. So when the county actually collect taxes, they return that money back to the school districts. There's actually a law that will allow the school districts to abate that and not to receive those funds. But, right, we don't want to do that. But there are some districts that actually say, no, let the homeowners keep them. So that's an increase over the $6 million. And then when PTEL kicks in, they reduce the levy by $954,000. So even though we initially levied 14%, what was actually extended to us, meaning what was approved, was the 5.7 million. So that reflected an 8% increase based on the 2022 levy, okay? That's not what we actually received. So this was a question that came up during our last finance meeting. Of that 5.7 million that we should have received, we only received 3.9 million, okay? So our tax collection rate is at 69%, which is actually improving because typically Harvey was only collecting slightly over 50%. So last year is reflecting a 69% increase. Okay. A 69% collection rate, I'm sorry, not increase.
So,
Questions? So this is actually comparison of the past 3 years. So in 2022, we levied 5.3 million, and that reflected an 8.08%. Remember, we were over that 5%. That's why we had to do that truth in taxation hearing. But when we initially levied, we levied 14%. So they didn't give us all of it. They did let us go above the 5%, but PTEL kicked in and reduced the amount. Last year, that increased the amount to 5.7 million. And then when you just simply put 3.4%, because we're not going above CPI, this year's levy is going to represent $5,950,000. So that's what you all have in your packet, and that's what you will be voting on in December. Okay? So no, we are not raising taxes. We are not having a truth in taxation hearing. We recognize what actually just took place with the property taxes. There was a shift that occurred. A couple of things happened with this last assessment, the reassessment. So most properties in Cook County were reassessed. Your reassessment occurs every 3 years. And so when they reassess the property values, they increase the market value. Your levy, when you pay taxes, is 10% of whatever your market value is. So there was a significant increase in the market value. In addition to that, there were a lot of appeals from commercial properties. And at the end of the day, the county is going to collect 33% and 1/3. Somebody is going to pay it. So whenever you have a lot of commercial appeals, they shift that burden to who? The homeowner. That's what happened. So we got hit with a double whammy last year. We had the burden shift from commercial properties, and there was also a reassessment. So that's why a lot of your property tax bills increased significantly if you live in the south suburbs. Let's see, what else? So that's pretty much it. So when we look at the 3.4% increase, we're asking for an additional $195,000 over what was extended last year, okay? And then the final thing is to always have someone proof the levy. The reason why we do that is because if you don't levy in certain funds for a couple of years, you can't levy for those funds at all, period, okay? And so whatever money you leave on the table, since it's a percentage increase, you'll never be able to go back and collect that money if you don't levy properly. So it's always great to have someone just to proof your levy. So Rob Rossi proofed this. I won't be here at the next meeting. He will be here, and he's going to repeat this for you guys in December. Okay. All right, there's also a new law, so we're done with the levy.
Quick question.
Yes.
About the levy. The city of Harvey said that they're gonna levy for 0. Is that possible? Can the city do that?
So they can do that. So what they're saying is, what was extended in 2023, instead of adding the 3.4% on top, they're just gonna levy for the same exact amount. So it doesn't mean that they're not asking for taxes, they're just not increasing the amount that they levy. So don't let that fool you all that we're not, you're not gonna have to pay taxes. So remember, not only did we levy kind of high last year, when you look at your tax bills, a lot of the municipalities levied high as well. So they levied so much last year, they probably don't need to increase the percentage. So whatever that increase was in comparison to 2022, they're doing it again, they're just not adding to it, okay? But your taxes will still increase, okay? All right, the next thing, this is a new law that actually is required annually, and it just came out this school year. And so there has been a lot of concerns regarding fund balances in school districts that have very large fund balance, and they're just sitting on the money and they're not using the money. And so as of this year, we are required to publicly present what our fund balance is. You don't have to vote on it, but we have to have record that we shared it with the public. So this is now Public Act 1030394. You guys will probably hear a lot about this, and it's based on your operational funds. So this is where we are over the last 3 years. Our average fund balance is $28,427,000. If that percentage was at 250, it has to be over 2.5%, 2.5 times the average of 3 years. Then by law, you now have to do what's called a fund balance reduction plan. And once that fund balance reduction plan is done, it has to be submitted to ISB for approval, and it has to be posted on your website. So we don't have to, because our average is pretty much at 100%. So we are at the same rate as our 3-year average. But we have to monitor that, because if our fund balance continues to increase and we get over that 2.5%, then we will have to reduce. Okay?
So they can make you spend your.
It's the law. They make you spend it. You have to write a plan and submit it to ISB, and your plan has to be approved to reduce your fund balance. Yeah. It's not 2.5%, 2.5 times the average of the 3 years. Okay?
2.5 times the average.
2.5 times, yep. All right, and that's it. Any questions regarding the tentative levy and the fund balance reduction law? No?
Voting on next month.
Yes, you're voting on the levy next month. This month, you're just voting to place it on public display. That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, there's no president report at this time. We're going to approve the minutes of the regular board of education meeting. You want to take that?
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron. Aye. Ms. Contreras. Aye. Ms. Hawkins. Aye. Ms. Rogers. Ms. Nesbit. Aye. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Business operation report.
Yes, ma'am. All right, good evening, everyone, again. The first item for accounts receivable, you all have the business operation report in your packet. Included are the revenues as well as the expenditures for the month of October. The total revenue amount is $9,482,458. Administration recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
We have the first and second call the roll.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
For the month of November, there were 2 accounts payable that are listed in your board packet. The grand total is $1,203,625.85. Administration recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Mr. Livingston.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Ms. Hawkins. Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Payroll for the month of October 2024. There are 3 payrolls listed that are also included in your packet. The payroll grand total is $619,421.14. Administration recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Ms. Rogers. Mr. Livingston.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
There were no facility usage requests, and this concludes the business operation report for the month of November 2024. Any questions?
No question? Curriculum committee reports, curriculum committee.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Bear with me, this is my first time doing this. The curriculum committee met on November 6th. The facilitator was Dr. Trejo. Members present were Dr. Trejo, Ms. Delgado, Dr. Payne, Katie Gratton, Teresa Cameron, and Dr. Lawrence. Okay, the first order of business, we talked about a new committee, a new district committee that was being presented. It's called the Academic Leadership Council, Opportunity to Serve document. Okay, the deliverables are to evaluate the 5-year curriculum long-range plan, grading and reporting weights, guide the subject area on next steps by content area, work towards creating pacing guides, establish district templates for curriculum and instructional planning documents. The membership in this committee would include district and building admin, BLT members from each school, middle school teachers from different content areas, EL, special ed, student services, personnel. Then we discussed the status of our school improvement, which was actually positive. All of our schools, Angelo became comprehensive, Bryant was commendable, Brooks targeted, Holmes commendable, Whittier commendable. So that was good news. And then the next order of business was the comparability report. And Dr. Trejo needed a little bit of help with this. This is just measuring the amount of students we have per teacher, and the district is good with those numbers.
So it just it's a report that we do through ISB every year, and to identify if we're overstaffed or understaffed. Mm-hmm. And this comparability report says that we are where we are supposed to be.
Thank you. Okay, and then Dr. Payne gave us a review of special education update, communication with private schools to discuss programming for students as they are in our district. There is a comprehensive assessment that's required by ISBE, focus on the policies and procedures that are in place in our district. This is due January 15, 2025. Professional development will be evaluated. Student IEP records will be reviewed by the state. Dr. Payne will work with case managers to ensure we are in compliance. Okay, pretty much that's it. Also, something new that was introduced was that we'll be looking into a robot that will work with nonverbal students. And that was pretty exciting. They're gonna get a demonstration for this robot that's being used in other schools, and that's positive, and it's working well with the nonverbal students, and so that's something we're gonna be looking into. And that's it for curriculum.
No action.
No action items. Yes, no action items.
Okay, motion
Yes.
to approve the minutes is read.
So moved.
second,
Call the roll.
Ms. Gutierrez.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
aye,
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Riders.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Finance, please.
Yes, good evening, everyone. The Finance Committee met on November 12th at 4:33. Present were Casey Nesbitt, Via Global Meats, Linda Hawkins, Dana Nichols, Roger Garcia, Oscar Pereira, Alfred Daniels, and Kevin Meeks. The items I'm going to cover are the ones that, well, Ms. Nana covered taxation, the tax levy, the monthly report, and some other items, and I'll just be covering the ones that she did not cover. And that will be the 2023 and 2024 TRS penalties and payments. Ms. Nichols reported that all late fees for 2024 in the amount of $121,028.47 have been waived. Ms. Nichols is working on the TRS waive current late fees for FY 25 July to October. As of November 10th, we are no longer behind. The consultant hired to assist the payroll department in training staff to ensure timely submission. So we won't be behind this year. In addition to that, we discussed the open enrollment and health insurance rate. Open enrollment will begin December 1st through December 31st. There is an insurance committee meeting, I don't know if they met or not on November 13th. Okay, they did, and they were to discuss the new rates for 2025. And I'm not sure if these are accurate, but I'm gonna give you what was stated at that time. And that's health, 8.8%, which is 188,146. Dental, 20%, 23,810. The vision, 5.03%, amounts to $646. Life, 17.09%, the amount is $2,076. The total increase is $214,678, increasing from the annual premium of $2,326,230.36. And that's for 163 employees. The board pays 70% of this amount. They discussed the procurement employee assistance program was presented, which would afford all staff 8 free counseling sessions annually. The sessions will provide staff with mental, emotional, and behavioral support in a variety of areas designed to improve health and productivity. The program costs approximately $5,000 annually and will be significant benefits for our employees. Give that a hand, because that's a great program. I see it. Okay, October 2024 student activity report, the report and base statement was shared for the committee. The 2025 school maintenance grant, there's an action item there. The FYI maintenance grant was presented. The program requires board approval and the district match funds up to $50,000. The grant will be used to continue updating Brooks HVAC. Phase 2 of the Brooks HVAC project will be presented at the next meeting. Thus far, the total cost of the project is $157,000. The amount is expected to increase once the final assessment from phase 1 is completed. And there's an action item on that. On the building and grounds, Mr. Daniels shared his monthly report. The preventive maintenance plan for Sender Service Corp was presented to provide annual and semi-annual inspections and cleaning for both boilers and air conditioners, units at Maya Angelou. Cinder is one of the two companies that was licensed to work on the HVAC equipment at Angelo. Both companies were recommended by the contractor that installed the units. Cinder offers a more competitive pricing. The maintenance plan does not include service costs. So the service costs will be asking Cinder, which will be shared at the next meeting. And there's also an action item on that. Mr. Canera, he shared his monthly report. Mr. Meek shared that the Chromebooks incentive program, as new Chromebooks are purchased, old Chromebooks will be recycled every 4 to 6 years and given to the students as incentive gifts for the schools. This year, 150 devices will be recycled. Angelo, Holmes, Bryant, and Whittier will receive 25. And Brooks will receive 50 Chromebooks. A list of the models will be recycled, will be provided at a later date. The meeting adjourned July 3rd. And I have 4 action items, so you just like them one by one.
I don't know. You want to do it?
First thing we get the motion to approve the minutes is read.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So you want to present the action item?
Yes. Item number 1, the committee recommends approval of the FY '25 school maintenance grant for phase 2 of the HVAC project at Brooks Middle School.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and a second, call the roll.
Ms. Rogers.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Number 2, the committee recommends approval of the HVAC preventative maintenance plan for Angelo School as presented by Centra Service Corp. at an annual cost of $6,405.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, call the roll.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Number 3, the committee recommends approval to dispose of 150 Chromebooks as presented by the Chromebook Incentive Plan.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Oh, aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Number 4, the committee recommends approval to publicly display the tentative 2025 tax levy.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay, personnel report.
Personnel committee meeting held on November 12th, 2015, and serving was Sal Joseph Whittington, Dana Nichols, and Dr. Trejo. At that meeting was discussed retirements. We had 2 retirements, no resignations, and 1 appointment which will be presented to you tonight. There was 2 leave of absences that will be presented also tonight. Job description, for parent educator, was tabled to come back later because of some procedural things that needs to be done and moving around the people. Overtime procedures is a current policy that requires approval for the board, but however procedures have been established, the committee reviewed a new pre-approval form created by HR and recommend a few revisions before implementing it with staff. Open enrollment, as you see, for insurance was discussed earlier at another meeting and requiring information that was given to our committee. Our employee assistance program that we're recommending tonight, which would be a great program at a cost of $5,313 annually, which would be great for us. I think it was talked about also. Our timeline for disciplinary personnel file committee decided to refer this issue to the attorney for further guidance. Our personnel complaints was discussed, and the complaints, the matter will be presented to the board in executive session for those three complaints. The meeting adjourned at 3:49 p.m.
Okay, can we do the motion to
So move.
have a first and a second?
Ms. Nesbit,
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Ready?
Administration recommends action to approve retirement for Daniela Estrada, effective end of the 2026-2027 school year.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, call the roll.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Administration recommends approval of Krista Lopez, Brooks Middle School Secretary, effective November 19th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll. Ms. Rogers. Aye. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras. Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Administration recommends approval of the following leave requests: Ronald Carone through November 18th, 2024, and Vanessa Young through October 20th through November 12th, 2024.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The committee recommends approval of the 2025 health insurance rates for medical, dental, vision, and life as presented.
So moved.
We have a first, a second.
Second.
We have a first and second, call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye. Motion carried.
The committee recommends approval of the Employee Assistance Program as presented by CareLink at an annual cost of $5,313.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins.
Aye.
Ms. Contreras.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Our policy report.
I'm going to give the policy report. In your absence.
Okay.
Really quickly, it was a couple policies that we updated. 2.2260, the uniform grievance procedures. It also addressed staff development programs. And the other update, because it was quite a few administrative procedures, but the other update was Title IX grievance procedures. It was rewritten. So those were the only two, as I go back, under Press Plus issues 116 that we updated this last week. Questions?
All right, no questions. We have approve the minutes.
So moved.
Report.
There was an action item.
Yeah, there is an action item.
He's going to do it.
Oh, okay.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron. Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Hawkins. Ms. Contreras. Ms. Nesbit. President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Okay. The action item 24-224, Policy Committee recommends that Harvey School District 152 Board of Education approve the first reading of Press Policy Issue 116 as presented.
Motion.
So move.
Second.
Call the roll, we have a first and second. Call
Ms.
the roll.
Nesbit.
Aye.
Ms. Gutierrez.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Hawkins. Ms. Cameron.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Our next report is from ISD. Our parent advisory, Ms. Luster is not in attendance. Okay, the foundation,
Just a question, when are we going to have the back to school parade, because we haven't gotten any information?
We still have to provide a date to them. The board needs to provide a date. I brought that up last meeting.
So I'll touch base with Ms. Luster tomorrow. I know that there were some dates we talked about in August, trying to ensure if we can have that to work, to be back closer towards the beginning of the school year. So we'll work to confirm a date.
Can you have us send us the dates, whatever dates they have available, so we can look at them and see what's available for, what's the best for the school district?
So what I had talked to Dr. Lawrence about was him asking President Gardner to have a poll conducted with the dates. Because I came back to you all 2 meetings or 3 meetings ago, President Gardner, after we had the last meeting, and gave 2 or 3 dates, but I can't remember exactly what they are right now. But we never responded as a board, so he's gonna talk to you, because I did talk to him about that today, about possibly starting that and getting the date from the board.
Can you give us a copy of the dates before we leave tonight? Give us a copy, just a sheet of paper.
I'll put that outside.
We might not have it before tonight,
the dates for tonight.
No, not tonight. If they already sent the dates out, if they can just give it to us while we're, just give it to us.
no, we didn't send them out. We talked about it at a board meeting.
Oh, so
We'll
it's
talk.
not written down.
It's not written down.
No,
yet. That's
unless it's in the
not-
minutes.
Okay.
The month of August was what we're looking at, but we have so many things in August from,
So you don't know what they are?
I can't tell you what's available, but it's the month of August is what we're looking at. Because this year we went kind of late to September.
It's fine, I just want to know what you think.
August is-
Miss Luster probably has them.
Yep. So I'll reach out to you.
Okay, item 11, information, enrollment, vacancy, echo report, Angelo construction report, board poll report, and the FOIL request. Is there any comments from the audience at this time? The floor is open and you have 3 minutes. If none, we will be preparing to go into closed session at this
I have a
time.
comment.
Big Bird.
I'd just like to point out that Jackson State clinched the SWAC East Division. In doing so, we whooped University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, which Ms. Rogers is an alumni from there. And we whooped Alabama A&M University, which Mr. John Thomas is an alumni from there. So I just want to put that out. SWAC baby.
Okay, Mr. Kelly.
Just trying to say, we run it.
Okay, before we go into closed session, I'm gonna read this invite. Miss Luster is not here. And it says you're invited to a holiday fashion show by the Community of Harvey Senior Advisory Board. It's something that they used to do years ago, and prior to COVID. They have not had one since COVID, and they are having one December 1st, which is rapidly approaching. So I was going to give the information to Ms. Luster for her to present it, and the flyers go out. And I just wanted to make it known. Okay, at this time, we will prepare. Can I get a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Rogers. Ms. Cameron. Ms. Hawkins. Ms. Gutierrez.
Aye.
Ms. Nesbit.
Aye.
Mr. Whittington.
Aye.
President Gardner.
Aye. At this time, we will go into closed session for the appointment, employment, compensation, hearing, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing a testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body to determine this matter.
On to my next meeting.